Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Bobby Brill. And actually, today we're going to look at this great information session brought to you by our two great guests here, Jorden Shelton and Cynthia Mathenge. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us. We're super excited.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is really interesting because the two of you put together this really great information session. When you an intern here at ServiceNow and kind of getting your feet wet and understanding how the company works, you're exposed to a lot of great information. AI, how to work, this idea of this UTG or Unified Technology Group. Jorden, give us a quick introduction about yourself and really what this session was about.
Yes, most definitely. So my name is Jorden Shelton, like Bobby was saying. I'm a technical program manager for UTG operations. And just about what we're talking about today in UTG Unlocked is, AI, where the future is headed with AI and, how to collaborate with AI. What's next, what's going on in the company with different innovations and different things changing right now. And then along with what's next in you guys' career. So just learning a little bit about that. And then just for you guys that didn't know what UTG is, just in simplest terms, is what Bobby said, Unified Technology Group. But simple terms, it's the engineering side of the house. So you guys are developing software engineers, computer science majors, even technical program managers, plus more. You're all going to be in UTG, Unified Technology.
So Cynthia, tell us, what do you want people to really get out of this session and some of the really great insights that were brought up that people should really pay attention to?
Oh, absolutely. We're trying to keep it simple, practical, and focus on what you'll actually need to succeed here at ServiceNow and beyond. And so when you're listening in, just make sure you listen to all the little nuggets that our co-hosts also gave us, which will be helpful to anyone, not just interns.
Yeah, that's very true. When I listened to this, I was like, oh, wow, I hadn't even thought about that. And I've been working here 3 years because it was like, yeah. I mean, this world of working in technology really is a new way of thinking. And now that we have AI, there's this new way, like you said, Jorden, collaborating with AI and how we go about our daily work. What skills do we need to focus on? What new skills do we need to learn? So this is going to be a great info session brought to you by Jorden Shelton and Cynthia Mathenge.
Yes. We got an exciting group with us. We're excited to, give you guys some insight and new innovations going on ServiceNow. So today in UTG's Unlocked, we'll be talking about AI, careers, and what's next. So let's dive straight in. So can each one of you guys introduce yourselves and share what role you're in today?
So I am Mark Stockford. I'm the GVP of Global Cloud Operations. I am in my 10th year with ServiceNow running the organization. My organization has grown over time as the company has. I now am responsible for about 650 people worldwide that run the production operations for all of ServiceNow.
Nice to meet you, Mark. How about you, Alyssa?
My name is Alyssa Gerhart. I started back full-time in May, so I've been here about 7 months now, but I was a former intern for the last 2 years, as well as a contractor during my senior year of college. I work now on the Tools Eng team, where I try to build tools to help other developers do their job a bit smoother and get tickets and incidents in a bit quicker. So yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I guess we can introduce ourselves too, Cynthia. So my name is Jorden Shelton. I'm a technical program manager for UTG operations, and I help with the intern programming, specifically AMS, but globally as well. I was a former intern back in 2022, got hired full-time, and I've been here for now 2 years, September, May, 2 years. So yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations. And for me, my name is Cynthia Mathenge, and I'm on the product engineering business operations team, and I'm a senior business operations manager. I've been with ServiceNow for almost 4 years, which is crazy to say. 4 years in April. The years definitely go by fast, even though the days are long. Uh, and I'm excited to be here with Jorden, Mark, and Alyssa today.
So in segment 1, we'll be talking about AI and the impact on the business. AI is reshaping how teams work, make decisions, and build skills, and it's happening fast, really fast. We've got 2 perspectives today. We have someone steering the strategy and someone living it day to day, experiencing it in real time. And we'll look at what AI means for the business, for talent stepping into the workforce, and how you can lean into it to grow. So let's jump in. So starting off, from your perspectives, What does AI's impact on the business mean?
I think it varies. So there are two perspectives that you could think of. How does AI impact our customers, and how does AI impact us as employees in the company? If you look at it from a customer standpoint, we're a market leader. It's really changing the landscape of the products that our customers use today. If you think about what we do internally, it has reshaped everything and how we think about the future of doing our work, from anything from simple tasks to complex nature tasks, using agents versus just using it as a partner. Numerous ways it's impacted us internally and externally.
I think even from just my internship to now full time, I think AI has been like a buzzword before, but now, like, especially the last few months, they've really, especially in my team working fully internal and not having to do with like outside customers, we've been using all kinds of like AI to help like do our stories and do our daily tasks and get a jump start on before we even like can see the task. Like, oh, it already has an outline of, hey, this is probably what you're going to do. Here's the code. Here's where it lives. Like, we have all of those things interconnected now, and it's all linked up. And it's not just something that we're going to see in the future. It's happening now.
Yeah, I really liked how both of you have that shared perspective in that you're both using AI to kind of accelerate what you're already doing. And so now that we've set that foundation, I just want to zoom out just a little bit. AI is shifting the skills that companies are really looking for. So what skills matter in the most, would you say, in an AI powered workplace? Alyssa, do you want to give us a head start on that question?
Yeah, I remember in my interview, one of the one of the interviewers was like, "Hey, everybody can code now. Like, what do you bring that's different?" Like AI, I mean, AI can do a lot of the coding, but the critical thinking is really what they're looking for. They're looking for people who can think outside the box, problem solve, be more strategic. Like, AI can code for you. You're you're good in that aspect. It's going to code review. It's going to do everything as long as you have an idea set and a problem to solve.
And Mark, what would you say, like, as the space is really changing, as we've mentioned a couple times already, what is one way an early in career talent can start building some of these skills that Alyssa has talked about?
I'd love to jump on just one of the comments that Alyssa just made, right? Which is AI can do everything for you. So one of the things that I think people need to take into consideration, especially as they've invested their education, their career, their time in becoming developers, is that the role really doesn't go away. If you think about it from an author of a book, right? Like, we can all sit down and author almost anything using AI tools. The reality is their careers shift a little bit from auditor to editor. I'm sorry, from author to editor. And what I mean by that is that, AI still hallucinates. It still produces code that's not accurate. I'm going to use a real example. My eldest son has been a developer for the last 15 years, I think. And we were having a very deep conversation around AI. And one of the things that he brought to bear in the conversation was the notion that you still have to understand how to write code in order to determine if AI is doing the right thing for you. Yeah. Right. So just keep that in mind. It's a very, very interesting shift in dynamic for those of you who invested in that. What I would say is that I think it really depends on the role. If you're an engineer, start digging into every tool available to you. Start to understand how you can partner with those tools to make the job easier, as Alyssa mentioned, right? Allowing it to do the majority of the work for you. Second thing is if you're not a developer and you're in the AI space, start thinking about strategy with AI. How do you bring efficiencies to the business, the organization that you work for? So, I think it forces people to think slightly differently about the future. And quite honestly, I look at people in my organization today and go, how could we be more efficient through the use of this, through an agent, through AI, right? So it really depends on what your role is in the company, but I think there's plenty of opportunity to use it.
And just to add on to that, I think there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of teams that don't use AI or may in the future, but just getting into hackathons, everything is AI related nowadays, or starting like side projects, just get yourself in, like put your toes in the pool. But yeah, everything is a learning experience.
For sure.
Yeah. The key word, efficiency. But Mark, you made a good point. Like, you still need to know how to, write code and become a developer, but also too, like you said, how can AI help you? Like, you still need to know the main basics and the foundation, but how can AI really help you? How can it make your work more efficient? So that was that really good point. What's one AI use case you've seen, big or small, that made you think, okay, this is where the future is headed. And have you seen it in any of your line of work? And Mark, I can start with you.
In my organization, we started talking about a program that we named Unity about a year ago. And Unity, if you think about it, initially was intended to be a matching engine, right? When we were looking at how do we use AI to create efficiencies in the operations world, Unity, the intent of Unity was to match an alert to an experience or to a KB to generate an outcome to reduce MTTR for a customer, right? Mean time to restoration during an event. And as we started to scratch at the surface of this, the answer was there's a lot of synergies between my organization and Brian Lamelli's, who runs customer support for us. So I reached out to Brian and said, hey, would you be interested in hearing something that we have going on? And Brian immediately embraced it. And so they're now co-developing to feed their cases into Unity. And then I started to think about, I have an organization called Cloud Problem Management. And I run an organization called Change Management. How do we feed those changes? How do we feed those problems? How do we feed those events into Unity? Then we started building on that even more. How do we as we start to build fidelity in the tool, how do we start to let an agent take the action for us, right? So now we're looking at how do we take, AI to the max with an agentic view where an alert fires. It's got the fidelity to say every time we've seen it, this is the action that we take, and they take the action, right? We've now reduced the time to resolve an issue for a customer exponentially. So it was the moment that we started thinking about using this matching engine and then expanding the use cases for this matching engine to drive efficiencies across the entire operations organization. So it's real. We're in it. We're investing in it. We're using it. We're building it. It's how we spend almost every day.
Yes, efficiency is very real. AI.
Very, very, very real.
Alyssa, what about you?
Yeah, I think AI that makes me feel like, oh shoot, we're actually here. Like it's the future now. Like this is more non-ServiceNow. The first one, apparently Japan has a couple stores where they're prototyping this, but it's like an AI that can catch you shoplifting before you even do it. Like it can read the intent and your body language. Like that kind of stuff scares me a little bit, but like it's here. Like that really is the future to me. I'm like,
I didn't even know that. I've never heard that.
yeah, I try to keep up a little bit on there. Or like even with like medical stuff, like they're able to predict sepsis like 48 hours ahead of doctors, like reading vital signs and all like cool stuff is happening. And we are doing a really, really good work with AI. And then kind of a similar use case in ServiceNow is Mark. Like we're using duplicate detection for like I work on primarily defects, so like an internal, almost like not change management, but like incidents and like problems kind of thing. And it takes a lot of time to go through and find something of like tens of thousands of records to find a duplicate that maybe happened 4 years ago that we may have solved for a couple releases ago. So being able to feed an entire system of this database into like an LLM, into a RAG, a retrieval augmented generation kind of machine, and spit out these results is bringing our times way, way down for how we're able to actually like place these defects into the hands of the people that are going to fix them. So again, I mean, it's all the same thing. Everything is just making things faster for everyone.
I think one thing I can really get from both of your responses is that AI is actually even increasing collaboration between different teams, between different people within the same team, because the work is getting done faster, and that's something that's changing how our careers are and how people are thinking about what their work will actually look like. So I know something that our listeners really care about is truly how is AI affecting their careers, right? So how do you see AI shaping career growth, especially for interns and new grads, as this tool is kind of accelerating some of the tasks that they would be expecting to be doing in the workplace initially? We can start with you, Alyssa. How is it shaping your career already?
Yeah, I think it's shaping my career in the sense that there are more options and more routes to take that I honestly, going into like being a computer science major in college, I didn't even know a lot of these jobs existed. And so now being exposed to them, I'm able to like have like lunch dates and like networking opportunities with people in jobs that I think are really cool, but now I know about, just like AI managers and different kind of stuff that people are working on. But I don't know. I think like prompt engineering and AI ethics roles and stuff like that. I did a project in college on that. I just think it's going to make you stand out more if you're able to get into these niche roles rather than being a kind of general use, like open kind of career path.
Yes,
Oh, for sure.
I felt what you said when you said you're a computer science major and you didn't know there were so many roles and options. Because I remember when I was a I was a computer science major. My first offer was a quality engineering role, and I was like, "What is quality engineering? I've never heard of that." So I definitely felt that. So, Mark, what about you?
I think Alyssa brings great points, right? Like there are so many opportunities with regard to AI. Things that come to mind for me is if there's desires in their future to be managers, right? The challenge that I throw out to my organization is, I want to grow the business without necessarily adding a lot of people in some roles. So managers are going to manage, 8 humans and 5 agents, eventually maybe 8 humans and 10 agents, right? Which then starts to lead to things like what's an AI operator? An AI operator could be somebody who's actually creating the humanization of those agents, right? As I said before, they hallucinate. The more an AI agent becomes human, the more capable they are of taking those actions for you, right? Like there are those kinds of things. There's an AI architect. How do you architect the future of AI use in an organization, right? So it's really the person who, we'll say the rubber meets the road with the architect, right? So you've got somebody who creates a vision, and then you've got this AI architect that says we could do these, or we could deliver this in these ways, right? There are numerous opportunities that are coming from this, and I think I truly believe it changes the landscape of the opportunities that these students have.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think one of the best ways to use AI, especially in my role currently, when I'm thinking about my goals for next year and what I want to accomplish, I've actually been using AI to kind of help me understand where my strengths are, understand some of my weaknesses, and then kind of placing me in what kind of potential career path I could potentially take based off of that and the things that I enjoy doing. And I feel like in the past, you haven't been able to really clearly see where you could potentially go based on the skills that you have. And so you can really use AI to help you initiate your own career growth and really shape the direction and the direction that you want to go, because then you can be able to have lots of different options, as Alyssa and Mark have both mentioned.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I encourage people to think about is not using the term use AI, but partner with AI,
Ooh.
because it really does change your thinking about how you move forward, right? We use a lot of things in our life, but AI is going to end up having to be your partner if you really want to succeed. You're going to partner with it in numerous ways, as Alyssa points out in her current role. But it's a partnership. It's not a use case.
Look,
I love that. Writing that down right now.
I'm sorry. Look, can we use collaborating with AI?
You can, absolutely, because that's what you will do, 100%.
Yeah,
I love that.
and using that as big or small, like even like when I'm working with my manager, he's saying like use AI to help you brainstorm, like get your thinking process going. Like, and I'm using it, I'm like, I can't think, I don't know what I'm doing. But then I'm using AI, I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Let me use it. And this is from a technical program manager standpoint. So everybody can use AI and it's so efficient throughout all ways. So
Or they could partner with it, Jorden.
yeah. Oh, easy collaboration partner.
No,
So
definitely using that next. Yeah.
yes, I definitely have to use that or collaborate with that, partner with that. So bringing us to the final question. What's one piece of advice that you'd give to early career talent on staying curious, staying adaptable, and staying ready for where AI is headed? Mark, you start first.
As a leader in the company, I read a lot of leadership books, and I saw a quote the other day that reframed leader to learner. And I'm going to emphasize what you just said. Stay curious, keep learning, never stop learning. Just because you graduate from university doesn't mean that you will stop learning. Invest in yourself, invest your time, and how you can grow through all those vehicles that are available to you.
Alyssa, what about you?
Yeah, I think this day and age we're in with social media and just all the types of content we're consuming on a daily basis, I think you can get very comfortable just consuming things like over and over again and not contributing. So I guess that's my advice. Don't just consume, contribute, build, add on to things that are already there and not just continue to take it all in.
Really great. Thank you so much for your insights and perspectives that you've shared in this segment. AI is really not just a trend. It's a shift on how we're getting work done, how we grow, and how we show up as the next generation really of talent. Hearing both a strategic view and early in career experience helps us make it real because it's definitely here. So to everyone listening who's recently completed their internship or just accepted their offer, this is your moment to really lean in. As Alyssa has said, contribute, experiment, build the skills that will define the next wave of innovation. And more importantly, please partner with AI. Write that down right now.
Yes.
Partner with AI.
I wrote it down. Partner, collaboration, everything. Okay, diving into segment 2. This is where we'll just let our hair down and just have a little bit of fun. So we're gonna switch gears and have a rapid fire round. And so answer as you please. So starting off, meetings before 10 a.m. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
But don't schedule at 4:45. I'm not.
I can't do it. It's just so early. Like I'm not a morning person. So 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock. That's me. That's me.
Mark, what did you say?
I said yes, and I'm a early bird, but I'm also late, so I end up on calls sometimes at 10 o'clock at night too. So before 10 and after 10 and any time during the day.
Welcome to a global company.
Precisely.
Cynthia, what about you?
Ooh. Honestly, I think I'm okay with meetings before 10 a.m. But I am a night owl though. Like I feel like my best ideas definitely are coming to me at midnight. So
That's definitely me. Like you guys need to teach me how to wake up in the morning. I'm not a morning person at all.
So what is one app that you check first thing in the morning?
Teams.
Instagram. I heard Teams.
Can you make it more than one? I'm a little bit with Alyssa, so I'm email, Teams, my ServiceNow.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I'm the same. Teams right away. I usually have a message already. So
Well said. I usually are.
But you're forgetting that all night long I'm looking at my phone, which has email, my ServiceNow, and Teams.
Teams. Yes.
So
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking at that email and Instagram. I'm going back and forth. I'm like, oh wait, I got email. Let me check this first. But, yeah. So next one, type notes or handwritten notes?
handwritten.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm typed if I need to like go back and look at it because I'll lose a written note. But if it's for the day, a written note.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think a to-do list definitely written. I'll
Yeah.
remember it more. But as Alyssa said, like if I need to type something up to somebody or I need to reference it in the near future, it has to be typed. Control F quickly.
I don't know. As much as I'm like typing on my computer every single day, there's nothing compared to just writing the notes down. I guess I just old school, I guess, like bringing it all the way back. I used to do it all the time. And I'm still doing it to this day. So
You look like you have good handwriting.
Does it have to be like pen and paper or can it be like iPad?
iPad.
iPad.
iPad, the pencil, everything. So I'm always doing it. I was doing it in college, still doing it to this day.
Mark, is it pen and paper for you or can it be an iPad and the pencil situation?
Yeah, me and Moleskin have like a subscription. I just buy those back to every meeting I have. I still take handwritten notes.
No.
I haven't used a number 2 pencil in a long time.
I don't know what that is anymore, but I do. I have very nice pens that I use.
You have to have the right pen.
Yeah.
I was just about to say the right pen.
Have to have the right pen.
Yes. We won't get into the what pen is correct in this
Right.
debate. That should be in the second podcast. Okay, so the next question is when you're out of office, are you really out of office or are you secretly still checking Teams and emails?
I'm out. I'm not high enough up in the laptop shut, notifications off. Unless they call me.
Yes.
I want Alyssa's job.
Okay, we're at different levels here.
I'm never out of office.
Yeah. Oh no.
I don't know. I'm kind of like even though I try to take out of office, like clothes and everything, for some odd reason, I'm still on my phone checking Teams or checking email or something. Like, I don't know. It's just in me. I don't know why I do it, but I just do it.
Stop
Immediately.
it.
Follow in Alyssa's footsteps. We've learned
Stop
from
it. You
I
said
have
learn
to.
from Alyssa today.
Yes.
I will not put emails on my phone. I refuse. Only Teams. Oh,
I feel like I'm gonna miss something like important. I'm like, oh, I need to attend to it now. But it's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I need to act more like Alyssa.
I think usually I'm secretly still checking Teams and emails. Oh, I hate to admit it, but more recently on my last PTO, I did turn off the notifications, and I have to say, coming back to 900 emails was not fun. So,
Now you're having a
that's
whole
why I
day to
secretly
catch
check.
up.
Yeah.
So
Copilot did come in handy though. It summarized everything for me, so thank goodness for that.
look at you. Look at you using AI.
Partnering with AI.
Or I keep using it. Collaborating, partnering with AI.
Yes.
So next thing, what's your favorite way to celebrate a small win?
like work win. I feel like a nice little like lunch with a friend, like going out somewhere close, or like I don't know. I'm definitely like a sweet treat girly. So like whenever something happens, I'm like, well, we can just go get something quick.
Mark, what about you?
I took a totally different tact with that. I celebrate small wins with the people on my team that produce them.
Oh,
I make it feel special and important that
Mm.
even if it's small, it's big, right?
Yes,
Because it's meaningful to our business.
correct.
yeah, and it's meaningful to the people you're recognizing too.
Uh-huh. Absolutely, right?
Mm. Yeah.
That's a good approach.
I
I like
love
that.
that.
Cynthia, what about you? How do you
Ugh,
celebrate?
I'm right there with Alyssa. Sweet treat all the way. Ice cream. Oh my God. I'll treat myself to that anytime.
I'm learning so much from all of you. I got this wrong. Like, to heck with everybody that works for me. I'm going for ice cream.
Don't even forget.
I wish I was a sweet treat person, but if I had to say a small win, I'm going to get like a steak or something.
Oh, okay.
Because like I've been doing all this, I'm like, you know what? Slamming everything. They're
Yeah.
going to eat me a steak.
Everything's like food related,
Yeah. Good, we're all foodies around here.
That's funny. All right, so the last one is, are Monday morning meetings necessary? I know we all said we're okay, except for Jorden, with 10 a.m. meetings. So are Monday morning meetings necessary?
I guess it depends for me. Like I said, I don't like waking up before 10 a.m. But if it's a necessary, like real meaningful, like I have to join it, need to learn something, need to get info, I might as well take it. I don't prefer it, but I'll take it.
Mark, what about for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, for me, it's how you kick off your week,
Yes.
right? Like, it's setting the foundation for the things that you need to do. So for me, I think Monday morning meetings are always important.
Absolutely. Alyssa, what would you say?
I mean, we have like as an engineering team, we have stand-ups every day at 9:30 a.m. So I'm like, we're already up. Like, I'm with it. We have a bunch of different stakeholders in different time zones, so it's pretty necessary most of the time, and I don't mind. It's fine.
Yeah, for us, I think in my role, it's definitely necessary because, as we've mentioned, we work for a global team. So by the time we log in on Monday, half of the world has already logged in for the day. And so it's kind of like you're almost playing catch up in a little bit. And so it's definitely necessary to know what's going on.
Thank you, guys. So now that we know who's who, let's look to the curtain and see what GCS is really all about. Like I said before, Mark is part of GCO, which is a subset of GCS. But one thing you'll learn if you don't already know, I believe there's 8 business units within UTG, and all of them are bigger orgs and subset orgs. So even the orgs that we're part of, we may be part of GCS, we may be part of a developer productivity, but we're also part of a team within that org. So it goes on and on. So starting off, Alyssa, when you first heard GCS, what did you think it meant? And be honest, no judgment.
Okay. I knew absolutely nothing about GCS, and everybody kept saying the acronym, so I just assumed it meant I don't know, something like generic, like global corporate service. I had no clue what it meant, and I didn't really know anybody that worked at it either. So I just had like one stakeholder that I worked with, and she was nice. But yeah, I mean, once I actually figured out what the acronym meant, then I was like, okay, it's something to do with like cloud storage, something in that realm, and that's about as far as I got until I got in depth with it.
Look, it's a lot of acronyms and analogies. You're like, oh
Oh
god.
yeah, oh yeah,
But if you guys didn't know, GCS stands for Global Cloud Services. So yeah.
yes, write that down.
Yeah. And honestly, Alyssa, I'm right there with you. I really did not know much about GCS either. And so when I kept hearing the acronym, and there's people here who have like their own acronym, like cheat sheets, and everybody has a different definition. I'm like, who's watching all of this? We need like one from corporate that says these are all of our acronyms and this is what they mean. But let's take it up a notch. Mark, what would you say if GCS was a superhero? What would its superpower be?
That is so tough. GCS was a superhero. I would say that GCS would be Batman because we operate in the shadows. We keep our customers safe.
Yes.
And most people, and I think you both proven it easily, don't even know who GCS is.
Yeah.
And it's almost by design, right? Like we want you to have a wonderful experience, but not necessarily know who's doing it on the back end.
Yeah, it's almost one of those things that like if you don't hear, it's a good thing.
Yeah, no news is good news.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Bad news is alarming. The bad phone rings.
Yes.
Yes.
So speaking of superpowers, every hero faces a challenge. So for both of you, what problem does GCS solve? So I guess Mark, we'll start with you. What's the biggest challenge GCS solves that most people never see? I know we were hitting on it a little bit, but can you elaborate on what you're saying?
Ooh. So, there's an interesting perspective that we deal with a lot when the alarm bell rings and we have frustrated customers and we have to jump in and help solve issues. One of the ones that's most challenging that we don't really publicize a lot either is a lot of our customers, the beauty of the product that we sell is it's highly customizable, right? And our customers can do a lot with it, which is what sets us apart from the competition, quite frankly. But when they do that, they cause a lot of problems for themselves. So our teams jump in and we spend hours. A lot of times we partner with Brian Lamelli's team, or we do it in conjunction with their investigations. We solve problems that the customers create for themselves, and they're angry at ServiceNow. And we have to find really, really polite ways to say, here's where the real problem is. But I think that's the toughest problem that we solve, is getting to the root. If it's something that we've done by design as a company, we can figure that out quickly. When it's something that a customer does, that's a tough one. So I think that's one of the things that we do that most people really have no idea, that we spend a lot of time solving problems that customers create for themselves.
But it's truly telling, like, just how ServiceNow is so focused on making sure that a customer has the best experience. So it's really great that your team really jumps in before any of us really have to get involved with some of those problems that you guys identify. So I'm really happy to hear about that. So Alyssa, your role is really cool because you are in the developer productivity team. And so you're helping other developers across UTG do their job. And so how has collaborating with GCS changed for you, going from an intern into an FTE?
Yeah, so I think to preface, like the way that I'm connected to GCS is I worked on a project where we kind of worked with like hiring ratios. We're working with connecting like smart recruiters, which is probably how you applied to this role, and getting all of that data into one like build tools, one source of truth kind of thing. And so we brought GCS onto this, as well as Product Eng, who is the piloter, the leader of all of this. So I worked with them in that aspect, and I think going from an intern where I was like learning the ropes, trying to figure out what this project kind of even meant, and trying to turn like ideas into fruition. Um, it went from like a lot of like guesswork to now like we're trying to make things more scalable for everyone rather than just seeing like, okay, does this work for now? So I think, and I was being mentored like really, really well by many developers in the internship. And now I'm kind of the mentor and kind of got my own intern last summer. So yeah, that was an awesome shift for me.
How does that feel like now that you're on the other side?
I know it's like full circle, like, I feel like a lot of people have like the imposter syndrome of like, I don't even know what I'm doing yet. Now I have an intern and I have to teach them what I know. But no, I think it's very full circle for me. And I was happy, like I was like, oh wait, I do know enough about this to actually help somebody. So it was very gratifying and very rewarding to work with somebody.
Yeah,
So
you
you
knew
can
more than enough.
so you can definitely say you learned a lot during your internship and still learning during your full-time role.
Oh, for sure. I think when you stop learning, that's when it's time to move on.
Yeah.
That's my role.
Like Mark said, you're going to continue learning after university, after college.
Yeah.
So don't stop that learning. Keep that growth mindset. And then what's one emerging technology GCS is excited about?
GCS. I'm not sure that I can speak for GCS on the technology. Here's what I'll tell you. One of the guys, I actually have an ops architect who is incredibly focused on AI. And, on an annual basis, I tend to do a world tour. I visit all of the offices where I have folks. And this year, he went on the tour with us and talked about quantum computing. And
Cool.
and while it's maybe not in the forefront for GCS, it is things that we think about, right? And where it's going to take us above and beyond what agentic AI can do for us. So it's interesting, and at the same time, it's a little frightening. But it is an emerging thing, right? Like I think we have to take that into consideration as we move forward. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, pretty exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more in what GCS does with that technology.
Who knows?
Hmm. Yes. But GCS really isn't just a team, based on this conversation that we just had. It's truly the backbone that keeps our systems running and innovation moving forward. For our interns and new hires, remember just understanding teams like GCS is truly the key in seeing the bigger picture and finding where you can make an impact. Thank you both so much for joining us, and let's keep building the future together.
Well, thank you for having us. It's been my pleasure being with you this morning.
Yes. So finally, we'll wrap up with the closing takeaways. So as we wrap up, we want to leave you guys with a few things you can act on right away. So Mark, do you have any suggested takeaways for our audience?
Keep learning. Don't ever stop. I've been in the roles that I've been in for a long time. You can tell I'm not the youngster on the call. And if I love to learn something new every single day. The books that I read about leadership, it's not about learning something from all 350 pages. It's the nugget that I take away from one. It's the things I learned this morning from Alyssa that will make my day energized. Keep learning. It's critical for your successes.
Yeah, I think my takeaway is we're at a huge inflection point in the world right now, and all you early in career talent and people who aren't early in career anymore, you have access to all of these tools that can make you so productive. It's just how you use them and how you choose to collaborate with AI and make new tools that will change the world.
Yes. And also too, like, don't step outside of your comfort zone. Like internships are the best time to explore, especially while you're going through them and working on meaningful projects with us. Like take the time to learn new tools, like Alyssa was saying, like Mark was saying, like make sure you stay curious, learn new things and see how you can innovate them within your own projects and work as well. So definitely stay connected to your mentors and also ask questions. I say this all the time. If you know me, this is my main thing. Ask questions. You don't get closed mouths don't get fed. So ask questions.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, that's how Jorden has stood out in our organization. Because he asked a
'Cause he
question
keeps eating?
to our CPO in person. Yes, that was Jorden. And it's truly amazing. I think I've learned so much from you, Mark and Alyssa and Jorden in this conversation. And I'm so thankful to take away the nuggets that I've even written down today. Is like, as Mark said, keep learning. as Alyssa said, you have the tools right there in front of you. Jorden is telling you to ask questions. So all those three things, as you keep doing them in conjunction, you'll be able to do what Alyssa said, also contribute. Don't just consume without ever really giving back what you have been learning, what have you been putting your time into. And so at the end of the day, do something.
Bro, Nike, just do.
Yes, just do it.
So
Not Nike sponsored though.
yes.
Although they are a customer.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate your time and hope this conversation gives you something useful as you continue growing in your careers. Special thanks to Mark Stockford and Alyssa Gerhart. And again, any last minute words for our audience? Any last minute words?
Thank you for your continued interest in ServiceNow. As somebody who's been here, in my 10th year, it's a phenomenal place to work. I think Cynthia said it up front. Where did 4 years go? It's amazing. It's a blink in your life, but it's fun. It's exciting. There is so much to do at this company. So thank you for your continued interest in us.
I'll leave you with my favorite quote. Whatever you're not changing, you're choosing. So be the change.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
powerful.
Like y'all are dropping some gems.
I'm calling Cynthia Alyssa when this call is over. Like, she said so many things. I might be on a recruiting mission before this call is over.
Wow. I mean, listening to that and all the information that was provided, again, we said it when we began. I was like, man, I was not taking enough notes. I need to go back and listen to it, or maybe use some AI to pull out all the best notes of what was there. So Jorden, now that you're looking back on this, how do you look at this information, and what do you want people to really take away from all this?
Just being a former intern as myself, like I didn't even know half of these things. So definitely take away, collaborating with AI, learning about the new innovations from UTG and ServiceNow as a whole. Like you can definitely take lots of notes from this and ask questions, a lot of questions. Like I always say, closed mouths do not get fed. So definitely ask a lot of questions once you're going through time, figuring out your tech journeys and your journey here with us at ServiceNow. So I just want to say I thank you guys for joining in and listening into the UTG Unlocked and learning a lot of information. And yeah, definitely get ready to check out the next UTG Intern Insider coming up soon. And that podcast will also be there as well. So if you didn't get to check it out now, check it out then. So thank you guys and see you guys soon.
Absolutely. We're going to put links to all that in the show notes so people outside of ServiceNow can follow up. And if they're interested in interning and all of our programs, they can find that information. Cynthia, any last words you want to give us before we head on out?
Yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Don't be a stranger. We hope to see you soon next summer. And so you can reach out to any one of us in this podcast whenever you need something next summer, or just say hello. We're excited to see you.
So there you are, everybody. A little bit of information on how to be successful in tech, how to be successful at ServiceNow. And of course, if you're looking to intern or learn anything more about ServiceNow and the platform, head over to servicenow.com. And as you're learning and growing with ServiceNow, be sure to check out the doc site where all of the information you need about being successful with the program and how things work and just getting your documentation and the ServiceNow things working, head over to servicenow.com/docs. I'm your host, Bobby Brill. Thanks for listening.